foul incident occurred on July 19, 2022, at the Kansas City date of Motley Crue's stadium tour. In the video, you can hear the sound of a cymbal despite the fact that drummer Tommy Lee hasn't made it to his drum set. In other words...
Oh, right on the money. I was just about to bring that up because I saw Nicky Sucks' his face and I thought about Tommy P. Yes. So even though the video has the source that I got, it had Nicky's thumbnail. This is what I saw last year on that stadium tour. One, I saw Nicky Six jump up in the air and start strumming his bass about 2 seconds before the song kicked in. He even looked over his shoulder like, the fuck? Then Mr. Broken Ribs here, Schlong Island, the original Schlong Island auditor himself, Tommy P., scrambles to get to the drums, and those drums started before he made it there.
The drums are heard playing while no one is there to play them.
Right. Oh, there it is. They're going to show it? Holy shit. What the fuck?
It is unclear how much of Lee's drumming is performed live and what parts are mimed during shows. Fans have...
So it's a completely false rhythm section, at least, and everybody was worried about Vince Neil and Mick Mars. They were like, Vince's voice is going to sound like shit, which it did, but at least he didn't fall off the stage or anything. And he wasn't faking it. That was his real shit voice. And Mick, Mick won't be in the condition to play, and Mick was fine. But see, Mick, his shit was probably piped in too. I don't think he had a choice.
Engaged in heated debates in the comment section, with some proclaiming that almost all of Lee's drumming is fake, while others argue that only a few key triggers are used to keep time with all the fireworks and other onstage spectacles that Motley Crue is famous for. Mars...
Wait a minute. Yeah, we're going to get to Mars, but I wanted to throw something else in there. Talking about that, never mind, I'll get to that.
Would reference this exact video on page 10 of his lawsuit, where he would then go on to claim under penalty of perjury that a significant portion of singer Vince Neil's vocals were also pre-recorded. But if that were true, then why does Vince Neil sound so awful on stage?
Why the frog face, Vince? Is it because you can't win? Vince says, man, look, I fell off stage and I broke ribs, and then Tommy broke ribs too, supposedly. We never saw it though. Vince can't win. He said, if I'm not breaking ribs falling off the stage, he said it's either my vocals are taped, which they're not, I promise, or they're real, but they suck.
Decades, Neil has been harshly criticized for his inability to sing like he used to. The once legendary frontman can often be heard struggling for breath, singing out of tune, or relying on the audience to sing for him.
Oh, don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. You're taking
Some of his detractors, like pro wrestler turned rock singer Chris Jericho, have pointed at Neil's poor physical shape as the reason for his...
Wait, you're getting the opinion of a wrestler turned musician? Really? Named Fozzy? You get the opinion of someone named Fozzy. What next? Steel Panther? Oh, now I know what I was going to say. They have a song on the new Tattoo album called Fake. I don't know if it's a cover. No, that's not a cover. That was White Punks on Dope. Fake. I'm a dirty little whore. Fake. I was everything and more. Fake. So what you know is true. Looks like I'm fake just like you. Yep, they sure
declining singing abilities, suggesting that his vocals would improve if he just lost some weight and did some training. As more...
Yeah, well, you know what? Vince said he was going to do that. What he actually did was some sort of... it wasn't real... It wasn't training. I think he sucked the fat out of himself or something. He didn't do any actual training. No, Vince didn't do any training. So anyway, this is getting too long in the tooth. To make a short story, probably even longer, like I do sometimes. Motley Crue. Okay. They said, that's it. We're breaking up. We have this contract. We can't get back together. They made the documentary The Dirt, which sucked. They got some popularity for a little while. Then they still drug their ass and said, well, let's go ahead and we're going to get back together. We're going to do a stadium tour. They blew up the contract or some shit, right? All right, so then you've got Tommy Lee breaking his ribs, Vince breaking his ribs, Nicky Six and Tommy Lee both, their shit is faked. Nick Morris says he either had to play only certain things or his shit was piped in too. And now Mick is gone, and you've got John, 5 from White Zombie, and David Lee Roth. Why do they still continue? Nothing they do makes sense. Look at this stage. It looks like a wrecked amusement park from Hurricane Katrina, post Katrina, and the stage dancers and shit. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking stupid circus.
More videos of Neil's embarrassing vocal performances made the rounds on YouTube. Motley Crue's manager Alan Kovac would even have to step in to address the criticisms, assuring fans that the band members had been working with personal trainers and nutritionists ahead of the stadium tour in order to put on the best performances possible.
Sorry, we gotta save the roads. This is way too long. Gene's gonna be in here in a minute anyway. We gotta wrap it out.